Your name is more than a label. It's a legacy waiting to be shaped. Think about the people who changed the world. Their names didn't become powerful by accident. They lived with purpose, took bold steps, and stayed true to something bigger than themselves. Every day you wake up is another chance to add meaning to your name. When people hear it, what do you want them to feel? Respect? Inspiration? Strength? It's not about being famous, it's about being unforgettable to the people whose lives you touch. Whether you're creating something, helping someone, or pushing yourself to grow, you're engraving value into your identity. Be intentional. Be disciplined. Be different. Let your name outlive you, not because it was loud, but because it meant something real. That's how you make your name worth remembering. Every action you take adds value or doubt to your name. Like a brand, it speaks for you even when you're not in the room. Guard it with integrity. Grow it with consistency. Glorify it with excellence. You don't need a logo or a business. To build a legacy, your reputation is your identity. People remember how you make them feel, how you show up, and how you handle both success and failure. Are you dependable, honest, driven? That's what builds a personal brand worth trusting. Don't let one careless moment rewrite what you've worked years to build. Protect your name like it's gold. Earn the kind of respect that doesn't need to be shouted. When your name becomes a standard for quality, courage, or compassion, that's when your brand becomes unforgettable. Fame is a spotlight. It's loud, fast, and temporary. But legacy is quiet, patient, and forever. If your goal is to be remembered, make sure it's for something that matters. Don't chase trends, chase truth. Make your name stand for impact, not attention. The world is full of noise, but people remember the ones who made a difference. Build schools, write songs, raise good kids, lead with honor, heal the broken, do something that outlives the moment. It's okay if the world doesn't clap right away. Some names are remembered not because they were popular, but because they were powerful. Ask yourself every day, what will my name mean in 50 years? Start with meaning, and the memory will follow. Life won't hand you an easy road, and that's a gift. Because resilience is built, not born. Every setback you overcome, every storm you survive, every challenge you face, it all adds strength to your name. People admire talent, but they respect resilience. They'll remember how you kept going when others quit. They'll recall how you smiled through pain, how you stood tall even when the odds were against you. Let your name remind people what it looks like to rise after falling. Wear your scars like armor. Show the world that you're more than your circumstances. Turn every loss into a lesson. One day when someone's going through their battle, they'll say, if they made it, I can too. That's the power of a resilient name. Imagine entering a room and people already knowing who you are, not because you're loud, but because you're known. That's the power of quiet excellence. When you build a reputation rooted in results, integrity, and vision, your name becomes your loudest introduction. You don't have to prove yourself if you've already shown your worth. Let your work speak so clearly that your name arrives 5 minutes before you do. Make your reputation your resume. Be so consistent, so trustworthy, so good, that people recommend you without hesitation. It's not about being famous, it's about being respected. And when your name carries weight, opportunities find you. So build it now, even when no one's watching. Let your name become your presence long before your handshake. You were born with a name, but the world doesn't automatically assign it value. That part is up to you. Every choice you make, every commitment you honor, and every struggle you face adds to the meaning behind your name. Some people inherit privilege. Others start with nothing, but that legacy isn't handed out. It's earned. You can decide right now what your name will represent. Will it stand for kindness? Will it reflect strength? Will it echo innovation, bravery, or humility? When people say your name, will they smile, feel hope, or remember something you built that changed lives? You don't need permission to build a legacy. You just need purpose and persistence. Because the day your name becomes a symbol, not just a sound, that's when you know you've earned something no one can take away. Every generation has names that shaped the world. Some were loud revolutionaries, others were quiet builders, but all of them dared to do something that moved us forward. You don't need to be famous to matter. You just need to take the next step. Every good teacher, healer, leader, and creator is already writing their name into history. Whether you're solving problems, lifting others, or leading change, you're adding value to the world. Don't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself. Speak when it's hard, show up when it's inconvenient, and create when others complain. Progress isn't made by those who sit back. It's made by those who step up. So make your name part of a story that moves humanity forward. Let history remember you, not just for what you did, but for why you dared to do it. Some people wait for opportunities. Others create them. If you want your name to mean something, stop waiting for the spotlight and start building the fire yourself. Effort is the spark. Discipline is the flame. Every late night, early morning, silent grind, it all adds light to your legacy. Your name won't shine because you wish it would. It'll shine because you made it shine. Because you kept going when it got boring. Because you worked when no one clapped. Because you loved the mission more than the praise. And one day, when the world finally notices, they'll say you were born for this. But the truth is, you built it. Every ounce of greatness tied to your name will be lit by your own hands. You have two choices in life. Move silently through it, or make a sound that shakes the walls. Your name can fade quietly into the background, or it can echo through the lives you change, the risks you take, and the truth you speak. This doesn't mean being loud or flashy. It means being bold enough to live with impact. Don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to speak up. Roar with your actions, with your empathy, with your courage. The world doesn't need more whispers. It needs more people brave enough to roar with purpose. So raise your voice, stand for something, and live in a way that makes people feel your presence. Let your name thunder long after you've gone. Life is short, but your name can last forever. Think about that. You only get one. So what will you do with it? Will you let it drift through time, or will you shape it into something powerful? You don't need to change the world overnight. Just start where you are. Be kind. Be fierce. Be real. Take the road that scares you because it leads to growth. Own your mistakes and turn them into strength. Build a life that you're proud of. And one day, when people speak your name, they won't just remember what you did. They'll remember how you made them feel. That's real impact. That's what unforgettable looks like. Your name is the one thing you truly leave behind. Make it a name worth saying out loud. We all sign our names on papers, forms, and screens. But how many of us are writing stories with that same name? You weren't born to be just another file, another number, another forgotten signature. You were born to live a life worth talking about. A life that others point to and say, that's how it's done. Let your actions turn into stories of resilience, kindness, ambition, and courage. Let the way you show up in silence speak louder than words. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be real, passionate, and persistent. One day, your name will be spoken by someone who never even met you, because your story will have traveled farther than your voice ever could. We all know names that carry weight, names that lift a room, change a mood, inspire action. Why not yours? Why not today? You don't need a stage or a spotlight to lead. You just need the heart to try, the courage to care, and the strength to stay true. The way you treat people, the way you rise after failure, the way you speak truth in silence, these are the things that make your name powerful. Be the example. Be the reason someone else believes they can become more. When they think of your name, let it remind them that greatness doesn't come from perfection. It comes from purpose. What makes a name live on? It's not wealth. It's not noise. It's what you plant in the hearts of people. When you help someone find hope, courage, or direction, you become a part of their story. That's how names survive the test of time. So don't focus on being known by everyone. Focus on changing one life then another. Be present. Be meaningful. When people remember you, let it be for how you made them better. A name tied to kindness, action, or sacrifice is never forgotten. It lives on, carried forward by those you helped become more. You don't need more time. You need more intention. Right now is the perfect moment to start building a name that matters. Too often we wait for clarity, for motivation, for perfect conditions. But legacies aren't built in comfort, they're built in action. You won't get everything right, and that's okay. What matters is that you move, that you built, that you care. Don't look back one day wishing you had tried sooner. Start now. Do the work your future self will thank you. Forgery, because every great name in history started the same way, with one choice to begin. You were given a name, but what you do with it is your gift back to the world. It's more than letters. It's a legacy in progress. Don't waste your days comparing yourself, doubting your worth, or shrinking your dreams. Own your path. Use your voice. Build something only you can. You don't need to be anyone else. You just need to be the fullest version of yourself. Bold, real, and driven. Your name can potentially touch lives, lead movements, or inspire change. So treat it like it matters. Because it does. And one day your name might be the reason someone else doesn't give up.